Good morning! Good morning! It's Sunday on King Street West and we're at Soul Cycle.
We sure are. We're with Fran,
This beauty.
an amazing lady boss. And we asked her what makes her happy. And I said Soul Cycle. This place.
Yeah,
so we're doing it.
Let's go ride.
All together.
Let's go get our endorphins
1
up.
hour of survival.
Hi, my name is Francesca Story. I'm 28 years old and I live in Toronto. I work as a social media content producer at Shopify, and outside of work I do a lot of things. I teach at Brain Station, I'm an instructor there, and I guess I would call myself like an advocate slash fundraiser slash maybe philanthropist, but I feel like that's reserved for rich people, which I'm not. And I'm very involved with raising funds for Heart and Stroke Foundation through my initiative called Short Girl Short Bread in memory of my dad. And I've recently become a patient advocate with Myeloma Canada. It's really special because I started going to Soul Cycle right when my mom got sick. Around that time, like I said, I hated it, but I kept going, and then I couldn't stop going, and it almost became like my good luck charm. I would go before her big appointments. I would go before my interviews at Shopify. I felt like if I went, I would be in the best headspace, and I really was in the best headspace. And when we went to New York for her care, I serendipitously met an instructor through my mom's physiotherapist, which is like the smallest world ever. And I started riding there in New York as her guest. And so I was still able to keep my really good headspace, and it really got me through. And so now that the community's brought me back here to Toronto, it's just so nice that it's been like the one constant thing in my life amidst a time that has been like so tumultuous. So that's really cool.
You lost both your parents very recently.
Yep.
Very close together.
Within 2.5 years, yeah.
Yeah. How has your perception of happiness shifted during that time?
I almost say that I've lived 2 lives already. So there's the life I lived before my dad passed away, because that was like such a pivotal moment, and life after, which also included now my mom passing. So I think prior to my old life, I think happiness was doing things that made me happy. Because really when you're in your mid-20s, I was 25 when my dad passed away, life is really all about yourself. Life is really all about doing things for yourself and meeting people and having experiences and traveling, and it's a little indulgent, which is fine because that's really the point in life that you are at. And I'm not even criticizing that. That's just like the honest stage of life or what you're supposed to be in. But what I realized after is happiness is so much more about other people, and really like being there for them through like times that they need you and even times that they don't. When you give yourself, I think, to other people in a way that is authentic and fulfilled and special and present, that is really like where joy finds you. So I really think that that's what happiness is to me, because like some of the happiest points of my life, if I reflect on 2018, even though I was in the hospital with my mom, like those days were some of the happiest as well. And I would always come in every day and my thing was, Mom, I'm so happy to see you today. Every morning I was like, I am happy to see you today. Because I always figured, as much as I was like so stressed and so exhausted from caregiving, any day that she was there with me was a happy day. Short Girl Short Bread is an initiative that I started in memory of my dad, where I sell his favorite cookies, which are shortbread cookies, with all proceeds going to the Heart and Stroke Foundation of Canada. Was an initiative that my boyfriend actually inspired me to do the first year that my dad passed away. What was your dad's favorite baked good? Maybe you could like bake some because you love to bake and sell it, you know, and have everything go to charity. We didn't put a limit on the inventory the first year, because I remember him saying the night before, he's like, you know, it might not do well, and that's okay. You know, even if you sell 10 boxes, it's great. And I was like, yeah, you know, like no expectations. And I was in a meeting at work the day that I had put the site up on Facebook, and he called me and he's like, you better call your mom. And I was like, why? What's wrong? I was like, why do I have to call my mom? He's like, we sold out of our inventory that I had just put an arbitrary number for, and people keep ordering. And I was like, oh my God. This year we've raised $3,000 for the Heart and Stroke, and it's our biggest year yet, which is so amazing. Every single cent from all the cookies goes to Heart and Stroke. It's just really special, and it's really special how many people decide to reach out to me about their stories and take some comfort in the initiative for whatever they're going through. I've literally talked to random strangers about them losing their parents, and that's super special and really the point of the whole thing. Then with Myeloma Canada, so my mom was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, which is a rare bone marrow cancer. I never knew it existed, and then it was everything I ever cared about. And one of the motivating factors for her to get better was advocacy work. So when we were in the hospital, we would, she'd always say, when I get out of here, I want to talk to everybody about this. I want to tell them about the signs. I want to tell them about their options, about treatment plans that they can consider. She's like, I don't ever want to have anybody feel this way. And I was like, oh yeah, Mom, we're going to do it together. We had plans for launching a YouTube channel, just a whole bunch of stuff. And sadly, she passed before she could do that, but I still want to carry out this work on her behalf and in her memory, because I think it's essential. I spoke at the summit for Myeloma Canada this year, and I was the final speaker for the whole weekend, which was a really amazing privilege. And I just told my mom's story, but I think it's an important story to let people know. Finally, it's just a story really about love, and the love I had for my mom and the love she had for me, and her willingness to stay alive for my brother and I. So yeah, it's stuff I feel really, really impassioned about. So I hope to continue doing it, and just taking, some super sour grapes and turning it hopefully into some sweet wine. I wanted to say lemons to lemonade, and then I went on the grapes thing, and I don't know, I totally screwed it.
Ice wine.
Maybe some ice wine, just some Niagara vibes.
Okay. Thank you so much
Thank
for
you, guys.
watching. We're going to link Short Girl Short Bread. We're going to link your Instagram.
You can follow me. I talk about grief and feelings a lot, so
Yes.
I'm going to plug my Instagram.
It is.
Yeah.
Very real.
Yeah,
It's
you're
the
a
opposite
wonderful
of
woman.
Instagram.
Oh, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thanks so much.
For sitting down with us, and thank you for riding with us today and
Thank
dragging
you
our
for
butts
riding
out.
with me.
Thank
And
you
being so
for
open.
muscle definition.
That's what I'm here
Because
for.
one
Or
class
tomorrow.
is all you need.
Yeah.
Soul cycle.
Never again, right?
More like, see you tomorrow.
I'm going to see my bed tomorrow.
Yeah.
I mean, that looks too. Bye, guys.
Bye.
What was that?